I spent the past few months drilling holes and filling holes up in the boat, and now I'm drilling holes in the boat. There we go. So that's for the drain bung for the forward watertight compartment. So where are we and what are we doing aboard Sagarmatha? Let's stop and have a bit of an update for once. The watertight area, we're up here in the forepeak, and it's pretty cold at the moment. It's a lovely crisp blue sky day, but it was -3 when I got in the car this morning, and when I arrived at the boat, the temperature inside the boat was 0, and that's in spite of having one of those frost heaters inside the boat just to keep the edge off. So I suppose it's doing its job, but only just. We've done a lot of work on the boat, still doing a lot of stripping out. There's mess everywhere, and you need very powerful rose tinted spectacles when you're looking at Sagarmatha at the moment. But the good news is we're getting through it. Every area of the boat has a jobs list, and as you can see, we're crossing them off, so that's good news. And the intention with the watertight area is basically to seal it up with a plywood panel that's the same thickness as the original bulkhead. There won't be a hatch on it, it'll just be screwed up, and it'll be full of these things. Recycled plastic drinks bottles from the local pub, and full of spray foam, and so this will be absolutely filled with these things, and then it will be sealed up, and we'll have as per the rules, a drain bung in the bottom there, so that we can all, without taking the panel off and emptying it all out, we can drain out any water that's in there, pretty much right down to the bottom. We've gone a bit, that's the raw compliant side, and we've stripped the forepeak out completely because we're fitting a watertight door, which is literally just a sheet of plywood that will be watertight sealed to the main bulkhead. There'll be, except for a small access hatch that I cut into this, and the foredeck hatch, there won't be any day-to-day access through into the forepeak. It'll be just a sail locker basically, and these stowage areas that I'm kneeling on at the moment, there's actually a further 1, 2, 3 watertight areas. I've sealed them all up with epoxy, any little gaps that they had. So in actual fact, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the total area here with the watertight door, and five watertight areas forward. All the stuff here that I'm kneeling on will have more of these recycled bottles in. They just won't have the foam in. The foam's actually pretty expensive when you start filling an area that size, and it's not actually a rule compliant thing, but it will give you that extra bit of security. So I'm just filling them with empty bottles. They'll be sealed watertight, and half the battle is filling what should be a watertight area with bottles, so that, or any kind of foam, etc., so that if that hull is breached and there is water ingress, there's very little free air space in there for the water to fill it. So it's a kind of win-win situation. So that's where we are with the forepeak. On the sponsorship front, we're starting to get some good news now. And just on the build-up to Christmas, I had two new sponsors come on board, each with £5,000. So that's Salcombe Brewery. Mark Tyner of Salcombe Brewery and I sailed together on Challenger 2 in the Rolex Fastnet race in August, and he's been wanting to do something with us for ever since then, and that finally came good in December. And in the same week, the Scarborough Business Ambassadors came on board equally with £5,000, and so added to £5,000 that was raised very early on in the campaign by David Ton from the USA. He was one of my Dare to Lead crew members and his company BTS Software Solutions in the United States have also given us £5,000. So we've raised £15,000 worth of sponsorship so far, and the GoFundMe as of as of yesterday, with a generous donation from Alan Bateman, who's also a Dare to Lead crew member. A lot of the Dare to Lead crew have been very generous in supporting us, and we've now got a total of £18,000 in the GoFundMe. So we're just over halfway, really, towards our target. The target was £50,000, but that doesn't include the sponsorship fee I have to pay the race organisers. So I started paying the sponsorship fee, and if we get another 5 sponsors at £5,000, even if we don't get any more money through the GoFundMe, which obviously would be great to have, then we've got the funding we need to do everything that I need to do. So that's really good news on the funding side. Just really an update for you today with where we are with the boat and the campaign, etc. It's 2022 now. We're 7 months from race start. We're not 7 months. We're 8 months from race start, but we have to be in Les Sables d'Olonne by August. And there's a prologue race, hopefully from a British port, to get us there. And there's all sorts of rule compliant inspections and safety packs that we have to complete for the race organisers to complete our entry. So it's pretty much 7 months now to race start. It's going to be a busy 7 months. I'm working on Sagarmatha every day, and this Friday we have a business breakfast which has been arranged by the Scarborough Business Ambassadors, one of the sponsors, to raise our profile with local businesses and see if we can't get some more people on board. We've got a few irons in the fire there, so we're hopeful that that will generate at least another couple of sponsors, and then we'll be well on our way to the start line. So all good news, really, and that's where we are. I just need to keep going with the refit. So that's great news all round. Get involved, join us, guywaitssailing.com, Facebook, guywaitssailing. Just follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. There's no hiding place. And great. Thanks for all the support so far, and please get on board. It's going to be a fantastic race, without a doubt. The biggest challenge and adventure and event of my life. So and you can be part of it. So why not? There's no excuse not to, really. You know you want to.